How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you being here. Apparently it's just going to be one of those weeks. It just not getting any better. I picked up in Gary, Indiana this morning. I was about I don't know, maybe 10 miles away from the Maverick yard in Portage, Illinois, or Portage, Indiana, sorry. And I needed to pick up another truck. My truck's too tall. I've got a condo, and I needed one that didn't have the extra height to it. Apparently there are train tracks and stuff that are only like 12.9, and mine's right at like 12, 11, 13 feet, somewhere in there. So I had to pick up another truck. So I had to go to the yard. The truck they told me to pick up was not there. It had gotten stuck in Ohio. And so they had to find me another truck. Well, that took a while. I'd gotten there at about 7:30. My appointment was at 9, and it was only 10 miles down the road from our yard. So I had plenty of time to get there. It took an hour and a half to get a truck and to move everything over from my truck to that truck because it didn't have anything in it. It was one that was being phased out. So I missed my appointment. They knew I was having issues at the terminal, so they reset the appointment to 10. Finally got there at about 9:30. An hour later than I wanted to. Got there, and this place is huge. U.S. Steel in Gary, Indiana. It's absolutely huge. The warehouse that I had to drive into, I bet that thing was at least a quarter to a half mile. It was probably a quarter to a half mile long. It had to have been. I bet I drove 2 miles just inside their business just to get to the warehouse. There was warehouses all over the place. I know I drove by a fire station that was on the business grounds, and it was fire station number 2. So apparently they have at least 2 fire stations on that property. Just a huge place. But got my load and headed to Memphis. Had the truck had the EDL problems. I had to reset the thing about 6 times before I ever got everything working correctly. And then when I went to log out and get back into my truck, apparently it didn't take my log out, and I got an hour down the road, and they called me and said that I had not logged out of that system, but I was able to log into my system. So something was going funky something was going on funky with that EDL. But then I hit rain again down here in southern Illinois. I think they're going to get some snow pretty soon. They're calling for it. It's getting pretty nasty out there. Cannot wait to get back down to the south. But it's been another long day. I did get to drive quite a few miles, though. I probably did. With everything, I probably drove, I don't know, maybe 250 miles or so this afternoon. But all these little issues and things it's keeping me from doing the mileage that I want to do, that I need to do. So I'm gonna have to figure out something on how to keep that stuff to a minimum. I think part of it is not getting in a rush to get stuff done. I think that adds time to it. And just stepping back and evaluating the situation and breathing and getting a level head about it. I have seen some tarp jobs that I like. Mine is lacking. I know it is, and I'm trying to work on that. So I think I've gotten some ideas. There was quite a few Maverick drivers at that place today, and I want to give a shout out to Mr. Thomas. He helped me out today. He knew where he was going. He had been to that place before, and I had no idea. I'd have gotten lost. And he helped me out getting where I needed to go and showing me the ropes there at that business, and I really appreciate that. Not that he may not ever see it, but I appreciate it anyway. So if anybody knows any Maverick drivers named Thomas, tell him Jeremy said thank you. But I go home tomorrow. I've got a doctor's appointment on Friday that I've got to be at, and so this is going to Memphis, and they will probably get me a load going back through Little Rock so I can get home. Don't live in Little Rock, but I live pretty close. I want to get. I don't think I'm going to do any videos while I'm at home, kind of like I did last week. It's just with home time and everything, I want to spend it with my wife and my daughter, if I get to see my sons, they're both married and off and have their own families, but if I get to see them on the weekend, that's great too. Like I did this last weekend, I went bowling with my oldest son, and that was fun. Love to bowl, and he's trying to learn and getting some advice and stuff, and so that's always fun. But if I don't put one out tomorrow night or Friday, I will probably be back in the truck on Saturday. If not, more than likely on Sunday morning, just depending on where my load needs to go. I'll probably do another video then. But yeah, just if you're gonna be new to trucking like I am, best advice I can give you is ask questions when you don't know. If you've got people from your company with picking up where you're at, ask questions. Don't be shy about asking questions. I asked a lot of questions today and got some good advice. So ask questions and evaluate what they're telling you and everything, and take some criticism, take some advice, and do a good job. Yeah. Leave a comment down below. Appreciate you watching the video. Hit the subscribe button for me. Give me a like. Tells YouTube that more people want to see the video. And I appreciate everything that's gone on the last few weeks, and even though it's been tough, it's definitely getting a little bit faster. Oh yeah, it's No Shave November. I actually shaved last weekend on the 1st because I forgot, but yeah, it doesn't grow fast, so we'll see how it goes by the end of the month, and see if my wife tells me to shave before the end of the month. But if you're a guy, No Shave November, so get on the bandwagon. I guess that's it for tonight. I'm gonna watch some F1 and go to bed. I'll talk to y'all later.